Easy ways to increase your daily protein intake for muscle growth or fat loss, aka body recomposition. In today's video, I'm gonna be answering a very common question I get. How do I increase my daily protein intake without relying on 5 protein bars or 5 protein shakes a day? I'll start the video by just quickly going over why protein intake is so important if your goal is weight loss, fat loss, muscle growth, and or body recomposition. And I'm gonna give you my 5 simple hacks that are gonna help you increase your daily protein intake today. We're gonna get right into it, but of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you get a notification when I release a new video just like this one every single week. My name is Michelle Roots, kinesiologist, personal trainer, nutrition coach, and fitness and fat loss motivation specialist. I have over 17 years experience in the industry helping people increase lean muscle, decrease body fat, and become the strongest, healthiest versions of themselves. And I created this channel because I want to help you as well. So before we get into my 5 simple hacks to increase your daily protein intake, I just want to touch base once again, which I have in many other videos already on my channel, why protein intake is crucial if your goal is weight loss, fat loss, muscle growth, or body recomposition. Protein plays a crucial role in your body's ability to burn fat and build muscle. And here are the 4 main reasons why. The first, and probably the most important, protein provides the body with the essential amino acids it needs to build and repair muscle tissue, which will then support muscle gain. Number 2, appetite control. So eating more protein is going to help you feel full for longer, especially if you are eating in a calorie deficit where you're restricting your calories a little bit with the goal of weight loss or fat loss. If you are eating enough protein throughout the day, it's going to help you feel satisfied, less cravings, and keep your energy levels up. Number 3, a metabolic boost from the thermic effect of food. So the thermic effect of protein is higher than fat and carbs, meaning your body burns more calories during the digestion phase of protein versus when it's digesting carbs and fats. Therefore, you are going to burn more calories just from digesting your protein. And then the last benefit of protein is it will help stabilize your blood sugar levels, which will reduce cravings and of course prevent overeating. So there you go. Now that you've had the little reminder as to why protein is so important if you are looking to build muscle and decrease body fat, now I'm gonna give you my 5 simple hacks that you can start doing today or tomorrow to start increasing your daily protein intake. Tip number 1, you can just start to increase the portion size of the protein in each of your meals throughout the day. So let's start by looking at the nutrition label of this Greek yogurt. So it'll tell us that 1 serving size is 3/4 of a cup or 175 grams, 150 calories, and 14 grams of protein. So what people will often do is be like, oh, I'm gonna have 1 serving of Greek yogurt. It's telling me to have 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt. It's gonna be 150 calories, and it's gonna be 14 grams of protein. But who says you can't have 1 cup or 1 1/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt? So if you have 1,800 or 2,000 calories a day, if you're filling up on protein, say you wanna get this up to 20 grams of protein with your breakfast, you can have a cup or 1.25 cups of plain Greek yogurt. You don't have to stick to the serving sizes you're seeing on nutrition labels. Of course, with that being said, we want to still stay in our calorie allotment for the day. So this is where doing your research, planning out your day in order to get your protein but stay within your calorie range, whether you're eating at maintenance or a calorie deficit, of course, staying under or at your calorie range and then also hitting your protein goal are both very important. So if you are gonna increase the portion size. But that's my first tip. A lot of times I see, especially with online coaching clients, when I'm looking over their nutrition, I see that they were 300 calories under their calorie goal and they were about 15 grams of protein under their goal. I'll look through their food and I'll see that they had 4 ounces of chicken with lunch or dinner. And my quick tip is say, hey, why don't you just increase the portion size of the chicken you had with dinner? That's gonna put you up maybe 100 calories, but you're gonna get an extra probably 10 to 15 grams of protein for your day, which will put you at your protein goal and keep you under your calorie goal. So that's something to think about first off, is you don't have to follow what the nutrition labels tell you are a portion size. If you do your research and you make sure that all this is gonna fit in your calories, don't be afraid to have 2 eggs with breakfast instead of just 1 egg, or one egg and more liquid egg whites because it's minimal calories, but it's gonna get you more protein. I just wanna take a minute to thank today's video sponsor, Element, one of my go-tos for replenishing my electrolytes after sweaty workouts. Electrolytes are so important for so many functions in the body, including hormonal regulation, nutrient absorption, and fluid balance. Sometimes water just isn't enough, and Element has the perfect balance of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And better yet, no sugar or artificial sweeteners, so zero junk. Element can help prevent and eliminate headaches, muscle cramp, fatigue, sleeplessness, and other common symptoms of electrolyte deficiency. So if you live an active lifestyle, especially if you sweat a lot in your workouts, then maybe Element is exactly what you need in your life. Right now, Element is offering my listeners a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single serving packets free with any Element order. That's a great way to try all 8 flavors. Get yours at drinkelement.com/Michelle. This deal is only available through my link. You must go to drinklmnt.com/Michelle. Tip number 2, start your day with a high protein breakfast. So I often tell people, depending on whatever time you eat your first meal of the day, if you're intermittent fasting or if you're having breakfast, try and start your day with high protein. One, that's gonna keep you feeling full for longer. It's gonna kickstart your metabolism. It's gonna give you an energy boost, but it's also easier to get more protein throughout the day. So for example, if you're only having 10 grams of protein with your breakfast and say your protein goal is 130 grams of protein, now you still have maybe 3 or 4 meals, maybe 2 meals and 1 or 2 snacks that you need to get that 120 grams of protein in. Whereas if you're starting your day with 25 to 30 grams of protein in your breakfast, now you only need 100 grams of protein for the rest of the day. It's much easier to fit it in. If you're having yogurt and berries for breakfast, increasing the portion size of the yogurt you're having. Some people mix a little bit of protein powder into their yogurt to get that protein up and start your day with a lot of protein so that you're not playing catch up for the rest of the day. The hardest thing is if you're tracking throughout the day and you get to the end of your day and it's dinner time and you still have 50 grams of protein to get in to meet your protein goal, that's where it's a struggle. Whereas if you plan your day ahead, I always recommend, especially when you're just learning about different protein sources and tracking your macros and you're still using tracking as more of an educational tool, the night before, just enter in everything you're gonna eat so you can see where your macros are gonna fall, where your calories are gonna fall. And that's where you can go in and be like, oh, if I add half a cup extra of Greek yogurt with my breakfast, and if I add a little bit more chicken with lunch, that's gonna get me to my protein goal without going over my calories. Cool. So that's tip number 2, try your best to start your day with a high protein breakfast. Tip number 3 is to combine high protein foods into one meal. For example, let's go back to our breakfast of Greek yogurt. Maybe we've increased the portion size to get our protein level up. And then maybe we're gonna add something else to your breakfast that's also a great protein source. You can add some hemp seeds or some chia seeds. You could have a hard-boiled egg on the side, or maybe 1 egg and some egg whites scrambled on the side. Again, like I mentioned earlier, you can add some protein powder into your Greek yogurt to get the protein level of that meal up. This goes again for lunch. Say you're having a salad with a chicken breast in there. That doesn't mean you can't throw in some edamame beans as well, just to get the protein content of the meal up. You don't have to just rely on one food source to get your protein for each meal. So if you're having trouble getting your daily protein numbers up, don't be afraid to add a few different protein sources into one specific meal. Tip number 4, have a few ready to go, easy to grab and go, or easy to whip up quickly, healthy, high protein snack ideas that you enjoy, that you have on hand at home. You can either eat on the go or you can grab quickly to eat before you run out to the gym or before you run and pick up the kids from school, or you can throw in your purse to take with you. I find I have about 5 or 6 options of high protein snacks that I always have at home ready to go, whether I can throw them in my purse, whether I can quickly eat it before I leave the house. But having those on deck and knowing how many grams of protein approximately, if I eat this and this, what it's gonna be, is really going to help you in the big picture, making sure, one, you're not scrambling by either skipping meals and snacks or just grabbing whatever you see, the chips in the cupboard. I have a few videos already on my channel giving you some ideas for high protein snacks. Both of these right here. I'll link those in the description below if you wanna go watch those next to get some high protein snack ideas. And my 5th tip, last but not least, don't fear supplements. With that also being said, don't rely only on supplements. Supplements are exactly as they are named. They are supposed to supplement your already healthy, balanced, high protein, whole food focused nutrition plan. And the supplements are just supposed to be there to help you hit your daily protein goal, help you recover from your workouts, help you have a high protein snack while you're on the run. That's what they should be doing, supplementing your already healthy meal plan. So if you are someone who's relying solely on protein shakes to reach your protein goal, maybe you're buying those pre-packaged shakes and you're drinking 4 of those a day with like maybe a sandwich in between or something, and then having a protein bar as well. I feel like 1, that's not sustainable long-term. 2, you're probably ingesting a lot of chemicals, no fiber, no micronutrients, and I would say just not an overall healthy diet when you're looking at an overall balanced diet. But if you are grabbing one of those pre-made protein shakes and throwing it in your purse, or you've got a flat of them in your car for just in case times when I'm out and about and I'm running around and I need something, that's perfect for what they are for. For me personally, depending on what my day looks like, most likely I'm almost daily having 1 protein shake for sure. 1, it's an easy way to get in extra micronutrients. So I shove a bunch of spinach in there, some berries, and of course a high quality protein powder. I really like this one because it's naturally sweetened, so there's no artificial sweeteners in it. The ingredient list is very, very minimal. Only 100 calories per scoop, and it's gonna give you 21 grams of protein. So I'm usually having 1 of these a day. I talk all about this in my protein shake video, the do's and don'ts for protein shakes. So if you want to know what you should be adding to your protein shake, when you should be drinking it for most effective results, I'll link that in the description below as well. Another one of my go-tos are the PHORM level 1 bars. This is one of my favorite flavors. Oh, I've got both flavors in here, even better. Chocolate mint and chocolate chip cookie dough. They are amazing. My husband loves them too. But 20 grams of protein per bar and only 260 calories. So I always have 1 of these in my purse. I usually throw a few in my bag for just in case. But those are my 2 go-tos for supplements. So in conclusion, don't fear supplements, but also don't rely on them the entire day versus eating real food. And if you want to check out the firstborn supplements that I use and love, I'll put a link in the description below if you want to go check those out as well. So there you go, guys. Those are my 5 simple tips to help you increase your daily protein intake very, very simply by just incorporating these few little things. Okay, and on top of those 5 simple tips, I wanna give you 1 bonus one. It just kind of came to my head and I really think it's also important, is doing a little bit of meal prep. On a Sunday or on a Monday, it really is going to help you increase your protein intake. Now, what do I mean by meal prep? I don't mean you have to cook entire meals and eat out of Tupperware all week, but what I do mean is taking some time. So for example, what I do on a Sunday or a Monday, I will go to the grocery store at some point, buy a bunch of chicken. I really like having chicken wraps or having chicken salad or having chicken ready to throw in a stir fry. So I will cook a bunch. I personally cook it in my air fryer. So I'll throw about 3 or 4 chicken breasts in the air fryer, season them, marinate them with whatever I feel like that week. And then literally once they're cooked, I chop it all up and put them in a Tupperware container in the fridge. Now I have chicken to literally snack on if I want. I can throw it in a wrap quickly. I can quickly throw it in a salad. I can quickly throw it into a stir fry. It's just there and ready to go. And that makes it so much easier to eat protein when you've cooked it. And it literally, especially if you use an oven or an air fryer, it literally takes no time at all. You don't have to stand over the stove. You put it in the air fryer and you walk away. When it beeps, you flip it, turn it on, and you walk away, chop it up, and it's done. So it's something that might take 30 minutes out of your day, but it's going to pay off in the long run. So whatever you prefer, if you want to cook up some steaks, if you want to cook up some chicken, that's my little bonus tip. Think ahead, whatever your favorite protein source is, whether it's steak, chicken, fish, cook it all in advance so it's ready to go and you just have to heat it up. If you want to know more about how much protein you should be eating each day, high protein foods, plant-based high protein foods, high protein vegetables, all the things, I've got a bunch of videos already on my channel. I will link a bunch of them in the description below so you can just go check those out next. I've also got a free guide you can download, a high protein foods list. If you just want to have that resource ready to go, I'll also put a link below where you can download that free guide. As always, I hope this video was helpful. If you're looking for more help with your nutrition or your workouts, I'll put a link in the description below as well, where you can find out more about working with me one-on-one in my online fitness and nutrition coaching program. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments below, or give us a few tips of what you do to help increase your daily protein intake, to help each other out. I love it when you guys get convos going in the comments to help each other out. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, so I know you guys are still enjoying the content. And as usual, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.